What's up, guys? Welcome back to Goshen's Games, and this is a bit of a vlog video, and I'm basically doing this because some of you guys have asked me, Goshen, what's wrong with your hands? Um, some of you guys know this, some of you guys don't. I'm a massage therapist, and I injured my hands, arms. It's actually like my wrists. These are wrist guards. Uh, the thing is, like, because I'm a male massage therapist. What happens a lot, especially if you work at a franchise, which, whatever, um, they tend to market you as, oh, you're good for deep work, you're good for deep tissue, and you're good for corrective issues, and or they'll be like, oh yeah, Chris, yeah, he's good for corrective stuff. He's good for deep tissue. He's good for stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, God, man, I do other things, right? I can do other things, not just deep work, deep corrective stuff. Like I can do a relaxing massage. I can do Swedish massages and I can do other things. But this is what happens. This is what happens because they just keep on throwing the deep corrective work at me or the deep tissue stuff, and I get these really like big clients that like they're like, oh, can you put like more pressure? And I'm like, yeah, sure. What that does is it's a lot of work on a therapist because anytime you do deep work, or if you're doing firmer pressure and things like that, it's more strain on my body or on the therapist's body because you're using a lot of your own muscles and a lot of your own just everything to do that work. And then you get issues like this. Now my issue is it started happening. I mean, it's been happening like on my finger. My index finger's been hurting for like the past 3 weeks, and so I just kind of like ignored it because I mean, what else am I gonna do? Like I have to keep working, and so yesterday when I was at work, I'm massaging a client. They're like, "Oh, can you put more pressure?" I'm like, "Oh my god!" So I did, and then I started feeling like my hand started feeling weird. Like my wrist, it started to uh, I started to feel like a pain in my wrist every time I would put pressure, and then that that pain then started to radiate down my arm, which then tells me that something is pinching my nerve at that point. And what happened, or what it, I woke up today. Um, my wrist is a little swollen, so it looks like the swelling is pinching on the nerve, which is then radiating down. So it feels like it's my ulnar nerve, which is on this side. It's on your pinky side. Is your ulnar nerve because you have two major bones in your arm and your wrist, or not wrist, in your forearm. You have your radial coming from your thumb, and then you have your ulnar, which is on this side. So you have your ulnar nerve, and you have your radial nerve, and you have your median nerve. Um, so those of you guys who don't know, carpal tunnel, for example, carpal tunnel is on your median nerve. It's from constantly putting pressure on your median nerve uh, when you're like on the computer or like pushing things. You're impinging your nerve that way. For me, it feels like it's my radial. I'm sorry, my median. Because every time I would do it, then I would feel like just a pinching, and it would just like radiate down, and it hurts. And it was happening on both hands, more so my right hand because I'm right-handed. And so yesterday I had to then, my last client, I told him like somebody else has to take my last client. I can't do it. I can't do it because they want deep work. I cannot do it right now. I will hurt myself even more if I do. Um, and so I ended up going home, and today I had clients today that I had to give to somebody else because I can't work because I woke up and it was like hurting, and it's it's swollen on my wrist. So I have to ice my wrist and everything. And like right now, it freaking hurts. Just putting it on the table, it hurts right here. Um, so I called him today. I'm like, look, can you see if my client is okay with a Swedish massage or like a relaxing massage, or does she need deep tissue work? And because she's a regular client of mine, so I asked if they could call her and do that for me, and so they did, and then apparently she wants deep tissue work. So I'm like, all right, well, you're gonna have to give her to somebody else because I can't do it. I can't. It'll hurt me to do it, and then I'm gonna have a bigger problem. I need to rest, and that's just how it's gonna be. So they gave my clients to somebody else today, and then tomorrow when I go in, because I'm gonna go into work tomorrow, and I told them I called them I called the manager, and I told him, I'm like, look, I can't do deep work. You guys need to back off a little bit. I can't do deep work right now because doing all the deep work and everything it's hurt me. I'm injured. I can do regular Swedish massages, relaxing massages, things like that I can do, but I can't do deep work until I'm better. So he's like, all right, well, we will see if like we can just book you regular massages and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, because that would work for me, at least for right now, so I can recover. So that's that's why I'm wearing these, because I'm injured right now, and it hurts. Sometimes I have to take them off periodically because it's so much swelling that like I start to swell up in these. So I have to take these off. So sometimes you'll see like when I'm live streaming for right now, however long it's gonna take. You'll see me wearing these, and sometimes you won't see me wearing it. Like I'll take it off because it's just like it's too much swelling. So then I'll take it off, but it sucks because I can't work, and I need to work, but I can't work, and Workman's Comp doesn't pay you anything if like you're not making enough, or like Workman's Comp's not even worth it. And like I'd have to go to the doctor and everything else like that, but I haven't done that because I know what the problem is. I don't need to go to the doctor for them to tell me what the hell the problem is, because I know what the problem is. Like I just overworked it. I overworked myself, and I warned them at my job. I told them, I'm like, look, you guys keep doing this to me. You keep like pushing just only deep tissue stuff on me. Corrective work, as you guys market me for some weird reason, because I'm a male, so they're gonna market me as doing corrective work. You guys keep doing this to me, and I'm going to get hurt. I'm gonna be injured. Lo and behold, I'm injured. I can't work, and I have a family that I need to support and everything else like that, and it makes it hard. Like people don't listen to you. It's, and then what makes it worse is like some people that they go and see you, they don't tip you. Like that makes it worse. They want you to stress your body out for like little pay, because because I work at a franchise. The pay kind of sucks. I'm not gonna say where I work or anything like that, but the pay kind of sucks. And because of that, like people need to freaking tip. They want you to stress your body out. Like freaking tip those people. That's like, it's worse when they don't tip. And I'm not saying everybody doesn't tip. Like I get some really good tips and things like that most of the time. But then you have that like one person who just like does not, like, oh my god. Oh my god. I'll tell you a quick story. I had this one client. So I asked her, "Oh, what brings you in today?" And she's like, "Oh, I have a pain here on my, my right neck and everything, and I've been taking muscle relaxants." Right there, I should have been like, "Okay, I can't work on you taking muscle relaxants." But I asked her, "Are you on a muscle relaxant right now?" "Oh no, I'm not on a muscle relaxant right now." And it's this really big girl. It's a really big girl. And I'm like, "Okay, all right." I mean, I should have declined it right there because she said she was on muscle relaxants, even though she's not taking one right now, because muscle relaxants stay in your system for a long time. So I don't know when she took the last. I don't know when she took a muscle relaxant last, but I should have turned her down. So, anyways, I'm massaging her, and like I lowered the table so that way I can like put all my pressure on her without straining myself. And so like I'm like leaning on top, like all my body weight pushing against the wall to massage her. And she's like, "Oh, I don't feel that. Can you put more pressure?" And I'm like, "Are you fucking serious right now?" I didn't say that to her, but that was like what went on in my head. I'm like you're fucking kidding me, right? You're really like, that's a joke. Because the type of pressure that I'm putting on her right now would make like other guys scream in pain because of how much pressure it is. And you're saying you can't feel that? Right there, she's on a muscle relaxer. Her muscles she can't feel shit because she's on a muscle relaxer. Which muscle relaxants, what they do is they basically cut off the pain receptors on your nerves so you don't feel it. So then after all of this, and I'm like sweating my ass off, and I'm like working and pushing myself like crazy. After all of this, after she leaves and I clean up everything, I walk out, and she didn't tip me. She didn't tip me. I got so pissed off. I told the people at the front, I'm like, "Look, I don't want her in my books ever again." I told him what happened. I called the manager. I told him what happened. I'm like, "Look, she came in saying she's on that she's been taking muscle relaxants, and then she said she's not on a muscle relaxant. And if you can't feel the pressure that I'm doing, you're on a fucking muscle relaxant, and you didn't say shit. And then you're gonna go and not tip me after doing all that hard work." I told them, I don't want her on my books. If she comes in and I'm the only person available, I'm not available. I'm with a client and I have somebody I'm waiting on. I don't want her in my book. I honestly, I wouldn't even let her back in here after that, because I wouldn't want her to do to me what she did to anybody, or to anybody else. I wouldn't want her to do that to anybody else. So they're like, "All right." So they put they put a note in there not to rebook with me. And like I was so pissed off, and I was so tired after that, and I had another client after. I told them, I'm like, "Look, give my last client to somebody else. I'll go talk to the other therapist. I'll let them know what's going on. I'm so tired after that massage, and so upset that I wouldn't want to massage the next person and not give them the best of my ability because of somebody else. I just physically can't do it right now." So they're like, "All right." So I went and talked to the other therapist, and I told the situation. I told her, "Okay, you're going to get my next client." So they got my next client, and that was that. But, it's things like that where that like causes so much stress on my body, because, it's a lot of work on my own muscles and everything that I things like this happen. So anyways, that's why I'm wearing these. And yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun because I fidget with them a lot. I mess around with it because like it pinches the hairs on my arms, and it's annoying. I've worn braces before. This is like my third or fourth set of braces. I can't even remember at this point. But not from working, from other things like physical labor, from other things like working at Advanced Auto Parts or AutoZone, or doing physical labor mechanic wise. I've had a lot of jobs, guys. But but yeah, so it's things like that. So I've had braces before, and the last time I was in double braces, I think was when I was working at Advanced Auto Parts. I hurt my wrist. I think picking up like a big box of oil or something. I don't remember. It's been years, but regardless. Anyways, that's my story for today, guys. That's why like I'm wearing these. So yeah, I will catch you all in another video and in another live stream. So until then, you guys have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I will be back to work tomorrow. Yeah. All right, guys. Peace out.